What's going on, my patriots? How y'all doing tonight? Yes, yes, yes. We got another edition. Another edition. That is correct. Of Joe's News and Views. That is correct, guys. We are out. We are at it again. So we are doing this live on the live stream. And tonight we are going to be jumping into some interesting topics. Also, too, if this is your first time joining on the channel, especially if it's YouTube, do me a favor, please. Go ahead on the channel and hit that like button as well. Also, too, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that way you can let everyone know that you actually like the content that I putting out there, and also let everyone know to join the broadcast. So sorry that I was a little late tonight. I usually be a little bit earlier than this, but it's all good. It's the weekend. So we gonna hit on to the first story. We ain't gonna play any games on this, and we gonna get right into it. We are gonna talk about the Supreme Court of the United States justice that's being selected. All right. And that is Miss Amy Coney Barrett. That is right. Miss Amy Coney Barrett. It is so far almost a done deal with this lovely lady being selected as our next Supreme Court uh, justice. So this is what's going on with that. All right. Now, there's been multiple sources that's been talking around the campfire that this is a done deal. Like, literally, we ain't got nothing to worry about. She is going to be the next justice. Uh, a lot of people are not saying that she's not. I had a feeling she would be. Now, President Trump is expected to make the announcement during a White House event on Saturday. Now, Barrett currently serves as a judge on the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals. Now, Trump, who has a campaign rally scheduled later tonight in Virginia, he kind of declined to say who he will announce when pressed by reporters at the Joint Base Andrews. Say you'll find out tomorrow. I'm quite sure it's this lady here. The announcement is certain to ignite a bruising election year confirmation battle as Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has vowed to put up Trump's nominee for a vote. Now, Miss Ginsburg, Justice Ginsburg died about a week ago. You had people talking about the dying wish of, she did not want anybody to take the place of her seat. But we all know that was a bunch of bullshit because due to the fact of the matter, she already know what the rules is. Once you leave this world, the show goes on. Again, rest in peace to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but that's just how life works. So you can't stop what's about to be popping off. That's just real talk. Now, she was going to replace Justice Anthony Kennedy on the high court at first, but then he selected Kavanaugh. And y'all remember how much hell they gave him about Brett Kavanaugh. Oh, that was a nightmare. All of a sudden, they were talking about women was coming out the woodwork saying, oh, he touched me. Oh, he messed with me. All that craziness. It was just ridiculous. But it's all good. We persevered and we got it taken care of. So, again, that's what's going to happen this time. Hopefully, it doesn't be that much. It should be a slam dunk for this lady. And not to mention, too, she is really liked by a lot of religious conservatives as well. So I'm going to move right along because I know you're probably asking, well, if she's going to be the next high court, what do she stand on the important issues? And I'm about to bring y'all some light about that. All right. And give you a little history about this lady. As I said before, she's a judge on the U.S. Court of Appeals of the Seventh Circuit. She's one of the top contenders that's going to be taking over the seat for Ruth Ginsburg. Hey, what's going on, Angie? How are you? Glad to see. Praying for you, buddy. Definitely praying for you. Ginsburg was the face of the liberal bloc on the Supreme Court, meaning that an appointment by, Trump and the confirmation by the Republican-controlled Senate could potentially significantly shift the ideological balance of the court for years. Barrett's record, including cases she's ruled on during her time as an appeals judge and her scholarship as a law professor at Notre Dame, are set to be intensely scrutinized by the media and Senate Judiciary Committee should Trump choose her. Kerry Severino, the president of the conservative Judicial Crisis Network, said that Barrett and the other women on Trump's shortlist may disagree with Ginsburg on the issues, but have the intellectual firepower to fill in for the late legal luminary. These are really impressive women, Severino said. They're worthy of following her footsteps. Those on the left, however, have said they worry that Barrett would undo precedent like Roe versus Wade and impose her faith on others. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Woo! I had a crazy. There's a storm out here tonight, so my connection went way out real quick. So we gonna try to make it work the best way I can. I'm running right now off my Wi-Fi, off of my phone. So we're gonna try to do everything I can to do that. Like I said, if I get disconnected again, don't fret. It's just that right now I'm having bad weather where I'm at. So giving this news is gonna be a little challenging tonight. This is what happens when you live in South Georgia. This is one of the things what happens when you live in South Georgia. They don't tell you these things. Well, that's what happens. It's all good. We gonna make it work. We definitely gonna make it work. So as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted here, uh, what kind of stuff that she actually is for. Now we're gonna talk about gun rights. A lot of people don't know this or not about gun rights, but what she stands for and what her thought process is. Now she had a high profile opinion when it came to Cantor versus Barr. It was a case that upheld a Wisconsin law taking gun rights away from nonviolent uh, felons. The majority opinion was written by judges Joel Fallum and Kenneth Ripple, who were appointed by President Ronald Reagan. History is consistent with common sense. It demonstrates that legislatures have the power to prohibit dangerous people from processing guns, Barrett wrote. But that power extends only to people who are dangerous. So basically, she feels like you should have the power to have a gun. I mean, that's just facts. I mean, she's not one of those people that feels like that you can't have a gun. Now, I'm gonna try to see if I can get y'all to talking to me here. See if any streaming or whatever. 1 second here. Making sure that everybody can see me. If I don't see your chat, I'm not ignoring you. It's just my system didn't refresh. So I may have to go on my phone to see the chats. I'll see if I can refresh the screen. Give me 1 second here. Hopefully I don't lose nobody. Let's see what happens. Y'all can still see me. All right, good. Just trying to make sure. Sorry about that. I didn't know if y'all were trying to communicate with me on the chat. Y'all can still hear me. So, because everything a little creepy tonight. So that's how she feel about gun control. So she's all about people being able to defend themselves. Now, this is her due process. This is Doe versus Purdue, a due process entitled 9, challenged by a Purdue University student who had been accused of sexual assault, which led to the student losing his Navy ROTC scholarship. The students in the case were identified as John Doe. Yeah, all right. My man's good, 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 good. I'm glad you can. According to Barrett's opinion, Purdue then allegedly wrote a report that falsely claimed that John had confessed to Jane's allegations refused to let John see evidence in the case, did not allow him to present witnesses, did not let him cross-examine Jane, and later found him guilty by a preponderance of the evidence of sexual violence. The case was dismissed by a lower court, and Barrett was considered whether the claims on their face merit such a quick dismissal or whether the appeals court should order a closer look at the proceedings. Barrett said Purdue's process fell short of what even a high school must provide to a student facing a days-long suspension, meaning John's 14th Amendment due process claim was legitimate. She further found that it was plausible that Purdue had violated Title IX, the federal law that prevents sexual discrimination in education. She said that she was not determining the final outcome of the case and that the fact finder might not buy the interferences that John is selling, that the school disbelieved him because of his sex, but his claims should have made it past the pleading stage. So basically what that means is Barrett is the type of lady that when it comes to guys in sexual cases, she's just not going to just go by just what the woman say without the evidence. She's also going to take the time and hear the other males, the male side too. As we've seen in history has repeated itself, there's a lot of situations where a lot of men have lost their careers and their schooling, their scholarships, because a woman makes a false accusation based upon she's upset at him, he didn't pay her enough attention, and this is present. We've done seen cases like this. This is now giving men the capability of proving their side, but they got to remember though, they better have evidence to state their case. Because if they don't have the evidence to state their case, they still can go the other way around. So at least she's giving them the chance to state their case. Versus the radical left, they're not going to do that. They're going to go by what the woman say. If the woman say that you assaulted her, that's it. That is it. No can do. Then we're going to talk about what she feels about criminal law. Now, this was in the case between Rainsburg versus Berner. She authored an opinion in which she denied qualified immunity, a protection for government officials from being sued for judgment calls they make on the job, for a police officer who was alleged to have submitted a document riddled with lies and undercut by the omission of exploratory evidence that led to a man being put in jail for 2 months. Qualified immunity have been a hot topic in recent months as police come under increasing scrutiny for alleged misdeeds on the job. Oh, I definitely agree. Adam, I definitely agree, man. And if you can share this with in your group too, this right here, so they can be a part of the broadcast. We definitely do. I'm definitely gonna go and link up with you. Probably be sometime next week because I got another broadcast that I'm guest starring on for a influencer that's in Minnesota. So as soon as I do that with him this weekend, we'll do something too where you could be on my podcast and also put you back on the show because I definitely need you back on the show because man, you be giving some truth, baby, all day, every day. Now, as I was saying, now the qualified immunity has been a hot topic. So whether that be police brutality or lying on documents, as Breonna was accused of, Senator Mike Braun, who is a Republican out of Indiana, briefly pushed a bill to scale back qualified immunity for earlier this summer, an idea that was widely supported by Democrats. And Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals Judge Don Willett, another member of Trump's Supreme Court list, but who is not under serious consideration for the current vacancy, famously wrote in a 2018 opinion that to some observers, qualified immunity smacks of qualified impunity, letting public officials duck consequences for bad behavior, no matter how plausible or reasonable. So basically, she is the type of person that when it comes to these police officers that don't want to hold themselves accountable. And by the way, thanks, Adam. Uh, she is definitely making them hold themselves accountable to the law when they make mistakes, which is fair. I mean, if you're a public service official and you're over cases like this, you need to be held accountable. If you're making a mistake, you're trying to mess somebody's life up, you need to be held accountable. Be the other way around. You shouldn't have a pass because you just can't. It don't work that way. It's not fair. It's just not fair to the the people involved or anything else. It's not fair. And so I'm with them on that. I support that wholeheartedly. So now we're going to talk about abortion. Number one kicker that everybody's been talking about. Why the radical left is about to have a heart attack. Barrett has been involved with a handful of cases that implicated abortion court. In one 2018 case, she dissented from a denial of en banc rehearing, meaning she wanted the entire court to re-examine a decision by 3 judges. After the 7th court ruled unconstitutional an Indiana law banning abortions for reasons related to the sex, race, or potential disability of the fetus. The law also banned fetuses from being disposed of as medical waste. Barrett joined a dissent by the judge Frank Easterberg that label the ban abortions for sex, race, and disability reasons. The eugenics statute and argued that the Supreme Court had fewer ruled on such a law, so it should not be automatically considered illegitimate. So when it comes to abortion, she is straight pro-life unless it is based upon probably a traumatic experience. Okay, so that's how that is. Unless it's a traumatic experience. If it's not a traumatic experience, I would say when it comes to rape or something like that, then yeah. But if it's not that, nah, she ain't doing it. She ain't feeling it. She ain't gonna let you go out here and use that as an excuse. I'm back, guys. I had connection problems, so bear with me. I'm having a lot of connection problems tonight. So she is pro-life. She is definitely pro-life. She ain't playing with it. She ain't got time for it. She ain't got time for it. And I'm kind of glad she's like that. Because we need more people like that. We need more pro-life. So I'm quite sure she's gonna be all right. She's gonna be straight all right. So moving right along, we are going to talk about today Breonna Taylor's family releasing a statement, along with the ambulance chaser. If you don't know who Breonna Taylor is by now, you probably should know. Uh, she is the young lady that was out here trapping like a damn fool, and everybody, whenever she passed away, try to create this whole persona that she ain't never done anything wrong, that she was just targeted because she was black, when in all reality, she was targeted because she was doing illegal activity. But hey, that's another story for another time. So, after the family has gotten $12 million, after the family has made sure that all three officers will probably not be able to ever work in the state of Kentucky, in the city of Louisville, or any other city in America again. They're now talking about Attorney General Daniel Cameron released transcripts of the grand jury proceeding. I don't even know why they want this. That led to the indictment of only one of the three officers involved in the police operation that resulted in her death. Attorney and ambulance chaser Ben Crump made the announcement in Louisville while speaking alongside Taylor's family in their first news conference since the decision was revealed Wednesday. Tamika Palmer and her entire family is heartbroken, devastated, and outraged, confused, and bewildered, just like all of us, as to what the Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron presented to the grand jury, Crump said. Did he present any evidence on Breonna Taylor's behalf, or did he make an unilateral decision to put his thumb on the scales of justice to help try to exonerate and justify the killing of Breonna Taylor by these police officers? In doing so, make sure that Breonna Taylor's family never got their day in court, never got their chance for due process, and in essence denied them justice. That is why we are standing here today, united in solidarity, deciding and demanding that he release the transcripts of the grand jury proceedings so we can know if there was anybody giving a voice to Breonna Taylor, he added. Come on. Really? You got $12 million. $12 million. Crump, you sitting on probably about 4 or 5 million of it. What else do you need? What else do you want? It was either the money or the justice that y'all claim y'all wanted so bad, which you wasn't going to get anyway, because the people was not in the wrong, except for the man shooting by the apartments where people was in the dwelling, wanton endangerment. I don't understand this. This is horse shit. That's what it is. It's like you beating a dead horse. You got $12 million. The family can take that money, do whatever they want to do. Yeah, I know it's not going to bring the young girl back. God bless her soul. But if you want to release transcripts, if you want all this negative energy going out here, you need to be talking to them boyfriends she was dealing with. I mean, for real. You need to go to the boyfriends she was dealing with, the ex-boyfriend and the current boyfriend with the trap house next door, and all these other fools that she was all in cahoots with. Y'all won't do that. No, they won't do it. Y'all want to go up here and make the attorney general life a living hell because he didn't put nobody in jail. For what? Doing their job? And even if he would have got charges for him, what would have happened then? He went to trial and they got off. He would have been out of a job. Would you be fighting for his job then? No. You'll be putting him a pat on the back talking about you did a good job. I mean, I'm just being realistic, man. I'm just being real. Being so real. You need to cut the bull. Cut it out. Cut it. Stop. Stop chasing. Stop chasing something that you already accomplished. Go ahead on and run to your next case. You already know you gonna go and work on Dijon Kizzy. You gonna get his family some money. So why you worrying about this one? That's all you do. That's all him and Lee Merritt do. I don't even know if they really do. Have they really done a case, a real criminal case? Like, have they really did a case where there was not a black and white issue, where there was a real criminal that was not in a controversial trial? You know, like a defense case where somebody had assault with a deadly weapon or something, or hell, a real murder case where it wasn't racial. I doubt it. They always been ambulance chasers, like they're doing right now. I don't know what you're gonna do when people start seeing the light and there ain't no more ambulances to chase. I tell you, man. And nobody's not talking about Brett Hankerson. Brett Hankerson got shot in the leg. There was a video release. I can't show it here because of YouTube, but it's on the Tatum Report. There's a video release where this man got shot in the leg. They had to fight to stop the bleeding. He could have bled out. Nobody ain't talking about how this man had to go up here and basically, start all over again. I mean, Sergeant Mattingly, not Hankerson, Sergeant Mattingly. Nobody ain't talking about how Sergeant Mattingly got shot in the leg. Only thing they're talking about is, well, do we want justice? I'll tell you, man, it is crazy. So anyway, that's what I feel about that. I know this case is over and done with. I mean, it's a wrap. I mean, it is what it is. Speaking of that case, we're going to talk about some of the disheartening remarks that was said against Daniel Cameron. Now, Daniel Cameron is getting a lot of scrutiny. I mean, when I see what's going on with Daniel Cameron, it just makes my blood boil, because this man basically got disowned by the black community, all because he wanted to do his job. That's all he done. He was just doing his job. And these folks have been on his behind like white on rice. So the next person up in dissing the Attorney General Daniel Cameron is Tamika Mallory. Now, Tamika Mallory is, excuse me. Yeah, is the one that is the co-founder for Women's March. Okay? Now, she had a nerve to tell reporters that Cameron was like these black men. Yeah, he basically is skin folk and not kinfolk. Or in that way, if you don't know what that means, basically saying that, yeah, he looks black, but he's not for the black people. And yeah, he's one of these guys that put black people to be traded and stuff like that. Just being ignorant. First and foremost, how is he a disgrace to his people? He did what the facts led him. The facts pointed out that this girl was out here trapping. She was out here living reckless. She ain't been an EMT since 2017. And the reason why she wasn't an EMT in 2017 is because, due to the fact of the matter, that there was a dead body in the car that they found that she rented for one of her men in 2016. So she was not no angel. She knew what she was getting into. Now, it seems like everybody wants to act like that Daniel Cameron is this straight asshole. He was actually way more nicer than they give him credit for. Because if I was the attorney general and I would have had all that evidence about her, I would have closed the damn case. That's what I would have done. I would have closed the case. I would have closed it down. I wouldn't have even looked into it. You know why? You know why I wouldn't look into it? Because the evidence shows that everything was justified. Exactly, Lindsay. I appreciate you. I told y'all that why I put it in the link. That investigation intense. She wasn't no angel. She wasn't. I mean, she was out here. She was neck deep. I'm talking about jailhouse conversations. She knew where money was. She was out here delivering drugs. She was doing all kind of crazy stuff. They had pictures all in that file. That's why they didn't even release the file, because the file was already leaked. It's everywhere by now. It's probably on WikiLeaks by now. I mean, she wasn't no angel, man. And then the night when they served that warrant, her name was on there. Exactly. And that's what she did. She won that prize. And then I still don't know why the family's not mad at the young man her boyfriend, who shot at the cops. And for some reason in that hallway, he didn't get no shots, but she did. He either hid or used her as a shield, because ain't no way you gonna get all that shot. Yeah. Uh, Shout out to Brandon Tatum. He was the first on it. Brandon Tatum even released that video of what happened. B Tatum. Y'all need to check his channel out. B Tatum is the truth. If you want to find out what's going on in these cases, when they be trying to play this race war game, he has it before anybody does. That's why I don't respect these ambulance chasers out here and these people that's with them talking about that Daniel Cameron didn't do his job. He did his job. He went above and beyond. He looked into it. You know how many attorney generals wouldn't have looked into it? If I was the attorney general, I would have looked into it. When I would have had that file, they would have gave it to me and said, "Hey, this is what's going on here." When I would have looked and seen what I seen, I would have been like, "Yo, this is it." I would have been like, "Yo, we're done. We're not pressing this no further. There's not going to be anything." FBI would have done the same thing, but he did it because he was trying to do the right thing to try to calm and calm people down. But he already had done everything he possibly could, because he worked and worked and worked and tried to find ways to see if he could nail somebody for it. But he couldn't, because everything was what it was. He had to be at a different spot. And he lied to the investigators too, because when they asked him who was shooting, he said it was her. And when they did the gunpowder, hey, what's going on, Roman? What up, man? When they did the gunpowder on the hands of both of him and her being deceased, that's when they found out that he had gunpowder residue. So he couldn't have lied out of that. Thank you very much, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, it's real crazy. I don't understand, man. I don't understand what the big deal is with these folks, man. But I tell you right now, they gonna try to come for this guy's head. They're gonna try to take his job. I already see it coming. They're gonna try to do everything they can to take his job. I see it, and I hate to say it, but they're gonna try to do everything they can to take his job. And it's sad, because this man did what he's supposed to do. But I don't think that it's going to happen, though. He's got a lot of Republicans that's backing him on this, a lot of conservatives, especially Trump. Trump put out that he did an excellent job on that investigation. and that he stands with him on his decision. So he gonna be all right. Oh, hear what the wanton endangerment is. If you don't know, Lindsay, the wanton endangerment is when, let's say, I'm an officer and my partner is shooting inside. What up, ZR1 Cali? And I turn around and I shoot outside, nowhere near where my partner's getting shot at, but I'm also shooting in a dwelling where there are occupants that could get hit from my random bullets that were not a part of the warrant that I was trying to serve or the police duty that I was trying to serve. That is called wanton endangerment. I think that was called upon a case of when back in the day somebody got killed because of neglect of cop shooting, and they kind of put that in there. You can get up to 5 years in prison for it. He's got 3 counts. Yep, busting wild basically. Oh yeah, Jack, I'm digging it, bro. I'm really digging that choice. I think Amy Coney Barrett is what we need in this country right now. We need to have a conservative court because right now, with all this radical left going on, we don't need none of that up on the top court. We need somebody with some sense that can actually look at things with a peculiar eye. Because right now we got people just acting off of emotions. It's not good. So moving right along. Oh yeah, I ain't heard about that. I ain't got to that one yet. But I am gonna talk about the good news that I got fired up today. Let's talk about Trump and what he's doing for the black community. The 4-year plan. Oh my God! When I heard that today, I got so excited, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I started doing the 2-step right beside my car, baby. For real. I told my wife about that. I was doing a 2-step by my car at the gas station. People thought I lost my mind. I didn't give a shit. It made me feel good because all this time everybody was like, "Oh, Trump don't care about America. He don't care about black people." And look what he did. Look what he did. He has made a plan for Black America designated to where finally the KKK is a terrorist group. He's got Antifa as a terrorist group. He also going to make sure y'all is crazy. He's also going to make sure now that lynching is going to be a national hate crime. This is his 4-year pledge. He's also going to increase access to capital in black communities. $500 billion plan is what he's going to invest in. He's calling it the Platinum Plan. He's going to make sure they get opportunity. They're going to get security, prosperity, fairness for the black community. What? And they still wilding. Why we shouldn't be no riot today. Shouldn't be no riot. This man is coming with a 4-year platinum plan. How many presidents have you ever heard said that anything about minorities? The most of them just said the same old bullshit. Okay, we'll make sure that the food stamps get increased. We'll make sure that you have some funding for your housing. And that's it. That's it. This man came with a thorough plan. Thorough plan. Nah, it don't sound racist. It sounds like he being good. I mean, he trying to show everybody, you know, that hey, he for trying to help the black. He trying to help people, man. And this is what he released. Yeah, exactly. Democrats always kept you poor. This is what he said. For decades, Democrat politicians like Joe Biden have taken black voters for granted. They make you big promises before every election. And when the moment they got to Washington, they abandoned you and sold you out. He ain't told no lie. Then he said the Democrats will always take black voters for granted until large numbers of black Americans vote Republican. The president is expected to tout the plan as a bold vision that we can and will achieve over the next 4 years. Oh, he putting that in writing, 01 call. He already said it. He putting in writing. He also want to create 3 million new jobs for the black community. And let me tell you what else he's doing that nobody else in these and you ain't gonna hear this for CNN because they ain't gonna talk about it. He also going to do the following: vocational programs for people in low income areas. He's also going to make sure that people that's in prison, that step that I think it's that step right plan he made, Second Step Act. The Second Step Act, he's going to upgrade it. So there'll be more programs under the Second Step Act to help prepare you to get out of prison and be able to get into society and make better choices and get you a job. So you can be more motivated. So you don't feel like shit when you get out of there. Exactly. And not to mention, Camilla always said she was Indian. Yeah, man. I ain't worrying about Camilla Harris, man. I ain't got time for fake people. I'm all about that real. That platinum plan made me felt good. Cause one thing I know about Trump, when he say that he gonna do a plan or an executive order, he stand by it. I ain't seen him break from an executive order yet. Oh, we all excited about Trump with his $500 billion plan to help the black community. So some of these people that run around here talking about he racist can quit crying and get they bootstrap together and do what they got to do to be successful. Exactly. I mean, I'm telling you. Oh, and then there's more. If anybody in the hood listening to me that doubt the man, Juneteenth, the one that everybody was going crazy about in Texas when they finally found out that the slaves was free in 1865. Guess what? He making that a national holiday. National holiday. That means your ass to be off work based upon what company you work for. I don't know about all of them, but I'm quite sure that you'll be off work. So what? And it'll probably be a paid holiday. What else do you need? What else proof do you need? Oh, they don't want to talk about it. Yeah, it'll destroy the narrative. Remember, he racist. They try to say he got a KKK hood in the closet. He called the cops up every weekend, every day, talking about how many black people he want to pow, pow, pow at. Come on, man. I'm telling you, that's what the liberal want us to think. They always want us to think the worst. Yeah, CNN and MS-13, NBC ain't gonna talk about that. They're not. The ambulance chasers so ain't gonna talk about that. That's gonna keep them from not chasing no ambulance no more. They don't want to talk about that. Yeah, man, I'm excited. And he's gonna be in my city tomorrow, and I'm excited about that too. And I can't go. But that's another story. That's another story, though, man. That's another story. Y'all know what time it is. If y'all like what I'm bringing, you can pay homage. Y'all know what it is. I tell you, man, I got excited about that, boy. I just, that thing right there, boy. That did something to me to hear that good news. Did more in 4 years than any president has. Exactly. Say it again, brother. That's what he about. He about money, son. Money. But they don't want to see that. That's why they hate him, man. He want to make sure people pockets lace. He ain't running around here talking about worrying about somebody's color and all that stuff. Everybody basing all that stuff on something he said about Charlottesville, which we already cleared that up, and what he did with the Central Park 5. What happened with the Central Park 5 was terrible. It was disgusting. But he was going by what a female prosecutor who was highly respected in New York in the 80s was saying at the time. She was the one pushing the narrative that all these boys was guilty. Now everybody said, well, why didn't he apologize? I don't know. I'm not him. There could be a lot of reasons why he ain't apologized. Could be his pride. Whatever. But at the end of the day, that doesn't make him a damn racist. A lot of people make a lot of damn mistakes. and don't apologize for it. Hell, I do. But that doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. I don't know, man. I just hate how they just hate on this man. It's like they can't have nothing positive to say at all. This man could save a drowning baby from the river, and they'll swear out that the way he held the baby out the river, he tried to kill it. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. It's fucking crazy. So let's talk about old Camilla Harris. Since y'all want to talk about her, we gonna talk about her crazy ass. So Camilla Harris is out here making misleading statements on COVID-19 business loans while campaigning in Michigan. I'm telling you, you hang around Joe Biden, you start getting that dementia. She'll start getting dementia, y'all. Camilla Harris made a misleading claim while campaigning in Michigan on Tuesday regarding the supposed disparities in COVID-19 relief funds to black restaurant owners. While visiting Flint, Michigan, Harris claimed that out of the hundreds of restaurants in Michigan, yeah, I know she a fraud, from the Paycheck Protection Program, only one was black owned. Joe Biden and I feel very strongly that you have to speak truth. You cannot deny facts. And where there are disparities, they need to be addressed. While PPP have been criticized for its treatment of minority-owned businesses, Harris' claim does not account for the full picture. According to the U.S. Small Business Administration data, nearly 800 full-service restaurants in Michigan received at least $150,000 in loans through the Protection Program, PPP. Of those, a grand total of one restaurant reported that its owners were black or African American, while more than 600 didn't bother at all to indicate their race or ethnicity or whatever the hell you want to call it. They didn't want to give their race. Furthermore, full service restaurants are classified differently than fast food and carry out restaurants. Listen, I know a little bit about this loan. Okay. Oh nah, you know she ain't giving them no clean water. Shit. That'll make it where they can't struggle. She need them to struggle. That's how they love it. You know what I'm saying? You know how them liberals work. They want you to struggle. They don't want to give you nothing nice. If she give you some water, it's gonna have a little sand in it. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. With the PPP loans, there was a lot of loans given out to African Americans in that. And let me tell you why I say this. If y'all have noticed in the news lately, there was a lot of people that was using those loans balling out of control. You know, the three jackasses that's been reported in the news, one got a Lamborghini, one football player lost his career because his ass wanted to go to the Gucci store and Prada and buying fucking brand new BMWs. Another guy went and brought him a house and then brought his wife a fancy ass necklace and gave her some money and told her that she was the best thing smoking, and then went to jail before she could catch the smoke. That's right. So yeah, people were living good off that PPP. A lot of people just didn't want to put their ethnic background because they were scared that they would get turned down. When all reality, the climate that the world is right now, they would have got probably more money because of what their race was. Oh, I know, bro. Oh, I know. Camilla Harris, she part of the California problem. I'm telling you, I don't want no Democrat for California. I see what California going through right now. I'm good. I don't want none of that. California ain't been the same since Arnold the Terminator left out of office. Ever since he left, California has been going to shit. I'm good. I don't want none of them people over here trying to rule me. Let them stay over there. Yeah, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. So basically, she just giving people the wrong information. I told you, man, she just like Joe Biden. They can't tell the truth. They always got amnesia and dementia. I don't understand it, bro. Speaking of California, let's talk about San Francisco. Have y'all heard about San Francisco? Well, let me tell you about San Francisco. San Francisco is giving you the international dependency plan. If you get a woman knocked up, long as she make under a certain amount a year, she gets a whole bunch of money during the pregnancy and after the pregnancy. I think almost up to 2 years after. So not only is San Francisco got a homeless problem, now they're going to have an unemployment problem. Because who's going to fucking work getting a whole bunch of free money? Oh, it gets better. You know where it's coming from, right? The residents over there in San Francisco. And there's something else about California I didn't know nothing about. If you are a rich person in California and you decide to move away or sell property or whatever with taxes, you know for the next 10 years, you still got to pay taxes in California based upon your tax bracket. After you leave it, I'm good. I don't want nothing to do with California with buying property. Me and my wife will keep it right there. Yeah, $2,000 a month. Ain't that some shit? $2,000 a month. So imagine that shit. $2,000 a month, and then somebody that's working in the house could work and chill at Burger King and do part-time hours. Yeah, they could actually live in a low end of well, not even that. They could work at a retail store like Target for 40 hours and live in a medium home and be all right. Wow. Damn, boy. I tell you, these some natural hustlers over here. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So now we are going to get into Hunter Biden. Last of the night. I think y'all gonna like this. Let's talk about old Hunter boy. So y'all know that Hunter Biden right now is under investigation. Possibly under investigation. Now, there have been some allegations and some, not even allegations, there's been some research going on that inside the new Senate Republican report about Hunter Biden's business dealings. Now, it's an 87-page report, and it was released Wednesday, right? Now, it talked about his Russian and Ukraine connected transactions. Now, y'all remember when Joe Biden and Pelosi and all them got on Trump's ass about talking to Putin, swear out he was in collusion with Russia, and la 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 la. He wasn't even, and then come to find out he wasn't in collusion with Russia. Well, it looks like they was pretty much jealous because they didn't want him to find out what they was doing with Russia. Hunter Biden. Now, Hunter Biden was paid non-resident women who were nationals of Russia or other Eastern European countries and who appear to be linked to an Eastern European prostitution or a human trafficking ring. Oh, okay. Oh, good loot right there, man. Good stuff. All right. I definitely know that then. Thank you for the note on that. Now, y'all heard that, right? I'm going to say it again. Appear to be linked to an Eastern European prostitution or human trafficking ring. Read the report from the Homeland Security and Government Affairs and Finance Committee. Now, the Republican report did not link Biden in any way to trafficking, but suggested that he potentially paid prostitutes, presumably without knowledge, who may have stemmed from such rings. There is extensive public reporting concerning Hunter Biden's alleged involvement with prostitution services. But the report also said it could not confirm the allegations. Now, you know, he had admitted to personal struggles in past years, including addiction and problems with his marriage. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is the guy who fucked his sister-in-law while his brother wasn't even cold in the ground yet. Y'all remember that? His brother passed away with a damn cancer to the brain. They done smoothed up and done got smooth with the wife. He done knocked her off. Then he turned around and dumped her like a hot potato after everybody found out about their relationship. Man, damn. I wouldn't put nothing past nobody like that, bro. I'm sorry. And then they say that he might have not known that these women was sex trafficking. Listen, I'm not the sharpest crayon in the box, but if you over there and doing stuff like that, man, come on, man. You know it's got to be some scandalous shit behind it. It's crazy. Real crazy. Well, and that is all for the news tonight, guys. Before I go, because I am about to enjoy the rest of my weekend with my lovely wife, I will try to be on Sunday. I definitely be on tomorrow, but Sunday I try to be on. I may not be because I'm supposed to be doing a special broadcast. I'll let y'all know how it goes and put the link up as soon as it get uploaded. So that way y'all can see the podcast. I'm a special guest with an influencer out of Minnesota. And I want to say I thank all of y'all for sharing the videos, put my name out there. You know, I'm getting some traction, and I appreciate y'all. Real talk, man. Y'all are what drive me to keep doing what I do. So, with that being said, y'all keep yourself together. Do what you got to do. Don't get hustled. I'm out this bitch.